Okay, so yeah, well, the first card you've got for your past is this Hermit. So, yeah, lots of contrasts in this spread. You've got peace, and then you've got chaos all the way through this. Peace, chaos, peace. It's just looks a little bit crazy actually, so I hope it's not going to be too scattered. I'll try my best. Okay, yeah, you've got the Five of Pentacles right in the middle, which is a really difficult card. It's a key card, but then you've got the Four of Wands right next to that, so lots of contrasts. Okay, now I'll go back to this Hermit. So I'm getting this. Actually, what I'm doing is my eyes going between the Hermit and the Five of Pentacles, actually, backwards and forwards between those two. That's where my eyes going. I'm just telling you that. So I'm getting this. Yeah, I just want peace. I just want peace. That's all I want. That's what I'm getting in the Hermit. Peace. No more. People want things from me. People want things from me. That's what I'm getting. Or they always have. People have always wanted things from me. They've tried to take from me. They've asked me for help all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people that have asked me for help have been fine. They deserve my help. Other people do not, because you've got the Ten of Swords right next to that and right under the Hermit. So it's like some people have been needy, really needy. Other people have not. They've tried to hurt me by taking from me. That's what I'm getting. And there's a lot of hurt there because someone did try to take from you. And I really think it might have to do with, literally have something to do with money, because right in the middle there, again, you've got the Five of Pentacles. And also, I think I've seen something like this in one of your readings before, where you had a bad relationship, where you were hurt around money. So you can see it here, obviously, again, with the Ten of Swords right next to this Five of Pentacles. Hurt around money. You can see that. So, and right up the top, you've got, again, the Hermit. I want peace from all that. I do not want to see any of that ever again. I'm always the helper. This is what I'm getting. I'm always the helper, not just in relationships, but with other people as well. I'm always the helper. I always pick up everyone's mess. Look right next to this Hermit. You've got this Five of Wands. Big, big mess. And I think that's what happened in this past relationship you had that you've moved on from. You had lots of times where it was actually peaceful, like the Hermit, and then it would get all messy again, and there'd be a big problem again, and you'd have to pick up all the pieces. Then there'd be peace again, and then it'd start all over again. That's what I'm getting, this kind of cycle. And it's like, I want to get off that merry-go-round, that carousel, that cycle going around and around again. I'm never ever going back there again. I'm never getting back on that roller coaster ever again. I'm off that now. I'm the Hermit. I'm getting peace from all that. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking for someone who's not like that at all. I'm looking for the opposite. So that's kind of what I'm getting there with that. So yeah, and I think now that you're looking for the opposite, this is if you're single, obviously, you're looking for the opposite of what you had before or who was around you before. And I don't blame you. I really don't blame you for doing that. I do exactly the same. I would not want to be near someone who hurt me, took my money, and left me in a mess. That's what I'm getting there. So you're like, no, I want the opposite now. I don't want that ever again. So I think because you've got that mindset, if that's you, you might be struggling, maybe even in friendships, I don't know, but definitely in relationships, you might be struggling to find someone who's on your level. Yeah, I know that probably sounds a little bit snooty and horrible. It's like, oh, I'm on this high level and no one's up near me. I don't mean that. What I mean is, you're not trying to get all these super high achievers around you. It's not that. It's kind of like, okay, how do I explain this? It's kind of like, no, if I can eliminate that problem, if I can avoid that trap of having people around me who are needy, then I might not have to deal with that. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. And I can totally understand why you'd feel like that if that's you, because you don't want to be that person who picks up the mess anymore. You've picked up enough mess behind you. You don't want to do any more of that. And again, you've got this person who's taken advantage of you. I can see that, and you kind of, I am not going anywhere near anyone like that ever again. So I can see that's why you're avoiding that. But the other thing I'm getting here is, because I'm just looking right down at the Sun card down there, there's someone who is really, really interested in you. Now, it feels like you've got this very, very nice, very warm, very happy, very positive feeling around them. You've got that really nice feeling. It's kind of like, if I let myself go, if I let my guard up, if I just put all my guards down, if I put all my swords down, and I let myself feel the sun on my face, it feels fantastic, but I'm afraid, because I don't want to go through that again. That's kind of what I'm getting with you. Now, there's someone who really, really, really wants to open up to you. They'd like to do that. They might have been rejected by you before. I'm getting that, because there's a lot of hesitation around them, but they really, really, really want to open up to you. They really, really do. And it feels like you'd like to as well. It feels like it's like, I'm ready to open up to someone now. I'm over that now. I've got my peace back. I want to open up. But I can't quite do that. This is what I'm getting. Because if you look at this Sun card, the swords are on top of the sun. So it's almost like you've got these swords on top of your head all the time. It's like you can't let go of what happened in your past. It's on top of your head. Even if you want to feel that happiness with someone, you've still got that cloud literally hanging over your head. That's what I'm getting there. So the first thing I want to say around this is that this person who's around you now, they're not this old person. And I think you know that. Your mind knows that. This is what I'm getting. Your mind knows that, but maybe emotionally, it's hard to get your head around that, because emotions always go over the top of people's heads all the time. People act in their emotions all the time, and I think it's the feeling of fear that's really stopping you. That's what I'm getting. And the other thing about this person is, it might be that they're not quite where you are financially or work-wise, so you might have that fear around them as well. But the thing is, that doesn't mean they're going to take from you. That doesn't mean they're going to take from you. And again, it feels like I'm telling you all this and you already know this. You know this in your head, but you've still got that fear feeling that if you have someone, if you go out with someone, if you see someone, if you get involved with someone who is at a lower stage than you, and I know this sounds horrible, but I'm trying not to make it sound horrible. It's hard to explain this properly. But if they're not on that level with you career-wise, you start to worry that they might be someone who might take from you, even though they're not giving you any of that indication that they're going to be like that. And I have to tell you that I'm not seeing any of that coming from them. So that's something I really need to say to someone. And whether you've got something or not, whether you've got money or not, whether you've got a career or not, whatever you've got, whether you've got a mansion or whether you've got a castle or whether you've got nothing, that's not what makes a good person. And you know that, you know this. It's what's inside your heart. There are takers with lots and lots of money, and there are good people with nothing, and vice versa. So it's not about what you've got, and the thing is, that. I'm just telling you what you already know. You know that, but it's just that your heart can't quite move on from where you were in the past, because you've still got that hurt there. So, okay, I'm getting this really strongly here, and I have to say this for someone. They're waiting for a sign from you. This is what I'm getting. They've got feelings for you. They've got those beautiful, happy feelings of the Sun card when they're around you, but they're waiting for a sign from you or some kind of indication. Now, again, it might be because you've already rejected them in the past and they're fearing that again, or it might just be they're really worried. They're picking up on that energy of hesitation from you, and it's making them do the same. Yeah, I don't think you're meaning to give those vibes off to them, or I don't think you're meaning to play games. I don't think you're meaning to give them mixed signals, but I think they're feeling that from you. Now, it might not be your fault. It might just be because, you know, they're so busy waiting for a sign that they're kind of hanging on to any sign you might give them. You know, you might turn your eyes in a certain way, or you might walk in a certain way, anything, and they're trying to pick up from that to kind of give them some kind of sign. So I just want to tell you that if that's you, if there's someone around you, and you do feel that warmth around them, you know it's coming from them, but there's hesitation, someone does really, really feel lots and lots of love for you, and they're waiting for you. That's what I'm getting in all those cards there. Okay, so right, so the first card you've got for your present is this very messy Five of Wands. Okay, right, I'm getting something different here. I'm getting family, probably, yeah, I'm getting children, I'm getting a child. Okay, I'm getting a child. There might be other children around them as well, but I'm getting specifically one child. I'm getting a few problems around this child, a bit of disruption actually. Yeah. I'm not sure how old they are. They might even be an adult child. I don't know. Or they could be any age actually. But it feels as if they act a little bit younger than they actually are, if that makes sense. So, because I'm picking up on a lot of disruption inside their mind, inside their heart. There's lots of chaos inside them. They've had a lot of problems, and that chaos is coming out, and it's coming out and it's affecting other people. That's what I'm seeing. They're bringing the chaos to other people. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Now, I'm not blaming them. It's not their fault at all. This is just what I'm seeing. So I'm just saying that. Yeah, they're dealing with something really difficult, I think. There's a lot of backwards and forwards energy around this. I don't know if you're traveling backwards and forwards to see them. Maybe you're taking them to things. Maybe you're driving them to different things backwards and forwards. Okay, if you're very, very close to this person, firstly, if you know who this is, you know, especially if you're their parent or their carer, yeah, it feels like I'm getting this backwards and forwards. So literally traveling. So you've traveled backwards and forwards, or you've taken them somewhere backwards and forwards. There's a lot of emotional backwards and forwards as well. What I'm getting is your heart's opening up to them. Yeah, your heart opens up to them. So you're like, okay, I'm totally opened up to you. I love you so much. I care about you, because you really care about them. I'm opening up to you. I'll do anything for you. I'll help you with anything. Just say the word, I'll come and help you. That's that kind of attitude. And then they let you down. They let you down. They bring you problems. They bring you mess. And then you go backwards again. You retreat again. And you don't want to do that, because they're hurting you, or they're doing whatever they're doing. You retreat again. So there's that kind of emotional backwards and forwards as well. Lots and lots of problems around this person. So, okay, I hate to say this, but this is what I'm getting, so I have to tell you this. I think you might be struggling with this for a while, this problem and this child. It feels like there's a big road ahead of you with this. Again, I'm getting this again. They're acting differently from their actual age. I don't know who that makes sense to or what that's about, but I keep on getting that. Okay, this is something else I'm getting around this child as well. If you're looking for an answer to a problem that's to do with this child, it might be a medical problem, it might not be, I don't know, it's some kind of problem. The answer to this problem is somewhere outside of what you've been doing. So it might be that, you know, it's a medical problem and you've tried to find answers. That might be what all this driving is. You've tried to find answers to help them. Maybe you've tried this avenue, that one, the other one, and none of it's worked. That's what I'm getting. Because if you look at this card again, it's a big, big chaos. It's a big, big mess. It's like a big maze, actually. And you're trying to find a solution and you can't. It's like a big maze. I think the solution's outside of this maze. What I mean by that is, you might have to search outside of the normal avenues of things. There might be something alternative. It might be alternative medicine. It might be an alternative therapist. I don't know. Something that's outside of the norm. So have a look for something outside of what you've been doing, because if this is resonating with you, obviously what you've been doing hasn't been working. So you've got to try and find something outside of that. So just think about this. Just get some quiet time, meditate if that's something you do. Think about how you can find out what this different thing is, and I think that's where the answer is. Okay. There's something else here I'm getting for this child again. It's around this child. Well, it's quite emotional actually. One day this child's going to smile at you. They're going to smile. Just like this beautiful child in the Sun card. They're going to smile at you again. I think when they were a tiny child, a baby, much younger than they are now, they used to smile at you in a certain way, and it used to make you smile. One day they're going to smile at you like that again. So I hope that helps someone. Very, very emotional, I know. Makes me feel a bit emotional. Yeah, there's a lot of stress around this, so I just hope that helps someone. And I hope it helps you to realise that there is an ending to this. It's a long road. It's a long road, but there is an ending. There's an ending. The sun is at the end of this. And also when you look at the Sun card, there's a breakthrough on that card. You know, this child's broken through the wall. So I think once you find whatever that alternative is, that's where that breakthrough is, that's going to lead you to that beautiful smile there. So I hope that really helps someone. Okay, right, so the next card you've got for your present is this horrible Five of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting a few things here. Okay, so yeah, it's this, how do I find my way into this? That's what I'm getting, because if you look at these people, they're trying to find their way inside the building or the church or whatever this is. So someone's trying to find their way to get close to you, to get inside, and yeah, they're not saying anything. I don't know why that is. They're not saying anything. Yeah, again, they're waiting for a sign. They're waiting for a sign that's coming from you. That's what I keep on getting. There's a fear of rejection here. And yeah, there aren't any words here. There aren't any messages. So again, they're not saying anything. There aren't any pages here. So they're not sending you any messages. They're not talking to you. They're going by impressions. Looking for signs. I keep forgetting that. Looking for signs, looking for signs. They're going by what they see. They're not saying, they're not asking you. Yeah, it looks like maybe they're going to start to show you in some way that they're interested or that they're serious. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know how that's going to happen, because they're not talking, but they're going to show you. Because I'm just looking at this Eight of Pentacles. So they're prepared to work for this. They're prepared to show you. So, you know, in one way, I'm happy to see this, because I think in all the past relationships you've had, you've been the one working. You've picked all the pieces. You've been the rock for everyone else. But now someone's doing that for you. But the problem is, which really bothers me being an Aries, is that they're not talking. There's no communication here. There's this fear of rejection. Again, it might be that you've rejected them in the past, I don't know. Or it might just be what they're imagining that they're picking up from you. So, you know, if you can get to the point of communicating properly, there's a huge amount of promise here. You know, because you've got the Five of Pentacles here. That's where you are now. Well, that's where they are. But it's right next to the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is 1111. It's the doors opening. It's the promise. It's the celebration. That's what can happen between you if you can get over what's happening on this Five of Pentacles. So someone has to communicate. It's, you know, either you have to drop the swords that are hanging over your head, all that past hurt that I was getting in that Ten of Swords, or they're going to have to drop this lack of communication. But someone's going to have to drop you know, this kind of holding back, so that one of you can come forward. Someone's going to have to break the ice. Someone's going to have to say something for this to work. I'm really, really hoping this is going to work, because I can see so many beautiful things here. The Sun, the Four of Wands, what can I say? It's just going to take someone breaking the ice for this to happen. So yeah, I'll go with your future now, because you can see this pattern here. You've got the Queen of Swords, you've got the Four of Wands in the middle, and you've got the King of Swords down the bottom. So you can see that you've got this beautiful Four of Wands in the middle. That's the potential. And you've got the women in the middle of the Four of Wands, and they're saying, come closer, come toward us. We want to invite you through these doors. Look, we want the two of you to come in. You're not doing that. And, the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords on either side, sandwiched. Well, the Four of Wands is a sandwich between these two swords, I should say. So the King and the Queen, they're a couple. You can see that. It's very obvious here. But they've both got their guards up, and the Four of Wands is in the middle. So one of you is going to have to drop your swords and take that step in between where the Four of Wands is. That's the only way it's going to happen. None of you are doing this. Someone has to go first. Someone has to break the ice. Someone has to communicate first. If you're attracted to them, if you really like this person, if you know who this is, and I am picking up on that, it's in the Sun card, it's here as well, you may as well be the one who says something. It has to be someone. It has to be someone. It may as well be you. But yeah, you can see that there's a beautiful future here, but someone needs to come forward. Someone needs to take action. That's what the Four of Wands is about. That's what all the wands are about, action. Please, someone has to drop your sword and come forward, you or them. That's all I really have to say. You can see it. It's really obvious here. So, and I hate to see you missing out on this. I really, really hate to see you missing out on this. So hopefully one of you is going to drop your sword and come forward into the middle here.